Alrighty, so if you watched the last PvP video that we did with Elaine, I think we were using Jelly King and No, it was Transcendent Bond. We went up against this team right here. I'm not 100% sure who they had in the back line because I wasn't able to check, but Escanor is a very interesting option because obviously with the King Shield, we can sort of throw up some extra stats, get a little bit of extra damage off, and with the lower from Elaine's passive, we should be able to crit a little bit more often, and if we can put up the buff, obviously that would be great too. I guess it just depends on if they have evasion food on at the beginning, which is maybe kind of likely. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like this might end up being a bot if I had to guess, so we should actually, I think, be able to do like the full combo here, but every once in a while I go up against teams like this, and it's very, very weird because, I mean, sometimes they actually still do very, very well, but on other times, I imagine if you out-CC the team, it's it's just a weird, like, outdated kind of team, which I'm kind of surprised by. But, I mean, hey, it does win from time to time, which I guess is definitely, they got that going for them. But either way, yeah, so I don't know. I think this team could actually be pretty good. I'm actually kind of surprised at how much sort of variety you can get out of this Elaine. I know that like part of her passive is of course locked down to fairies only, which does kind of suck of course because they really don't have a good team, and with the new announcement of, you know, Hell coming out in just a couple of days for us on global, it should be like at the beginning of next week, it's gonna be a very interesting time, I guess, because obviously that is not a fairy character. They're not going to be able to be ran together because Hell needs to be ran with unknowns or Ragnaroks, so obviously fairies don't really fit that niche, but either way, I do really like that you can kind of sort of just like throw King and Elaine on a team together, sort of really big boost onto like your third character or like a DPS unit or something like that. This might be bad. Okay, not as actually as bad as I was maybe expecting it to be, which is good. Let's give Elaine the windscreen here, I guess, just because this whole team is possible because of her. Yeah, Escanor has obviously fallen out of the meta quite a bit, so I don't think this would be as usable, of course, without her. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Alrighty, we have a demon team here, which is pretty much what I was expecting to fight pretty much the whole time. So I'm going to assume that they are going to have evasion food on. So let's buff. Ooh, this is, I think this is a real player. Seems like there's a pretty decent amount of latency. We're going to use the AoE first, and then put up a little bit of a shield, because Escanor can get through. Okay, no evasion food. Escanor can get through the damage cap at least a little bit, not like completely by any means, but he should be able to get through a pretty good little chunk. So I'm kind of hoping no extra Escanor cards, and we will have to worry about melee afterwards, which will be maybe a little bit of an issue, but we'll see how it goes. Let's go for, I think we'll go for a shield into, never mind, we lose. Oh my god, he did so much there. Could we come back from this? I really don't know. Not the greatest cards, and he's going to encroach me next turn. Let's go for this. I literally can't kill, I don't think. Unless this just does a lot of damage. I'm pretty low HP, but yeah, with the Tarmiel link, I think even with me getting through some of the damage cap, it would be a miracle if that did enough, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Man, it's so crazy, dude. You can literally just fall back onto melee, which is just, it's kind of wild. Alrighty, we have another Demon King here. I'm kind of tempted to try to go for maybe the melee this time. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to go, but I think maybe we skip the... Okay, no evasion food. I could have got away with buffing then. I was going to say maybe we skip the buff this turn and just try to go for like the decent like turn 1-ish kill on melee. So this should help shut down some of the damage. We may end up being able to go for the like killing off all the teammates strategy and trying to see how that goes. We get an extra AoE card here, so we can buff, shield, maybe AoE to try to kill both of these characters off. I don't think we're going to have enough damage for that, if I'm being completely honest. But this is a 20% compared to a 15%. It's really not that big of an increase. Breaks the shield there, which is a little unfortunate because that's going to put a darkness stack on. Another flood card. Another, okay, AoE here. So that actually got through the entire shield, which is a little bit unfortunate. I guess because I'm not double king shielding and I didn't put the attack stat buff on, we didn't do as much damage. I think we would have been able to get around that skill right there if I had attack stat buffed, but it's kind of a risky play. You really want to put up a shield and attack in the same turn, so you either have to bait with Elaine's card or risk it and use the king attack card, or use the buff card, then the king attack, and it could potentially get evaded. So then there's no shield, you don't get the extra stats or anything like that. It could be a big issue. What are we looking like? Okay, actually survived that, which went pretty well. Let's go for shield into all of this stuff, I guess. We already have a level 2 shield on, even though I could go for the, whatchamacallit, we could go for the Elaine ultimate if I used one of her cards, but I don't think it's really going to be that necessary. So, actually kind of worked out. I think maybe going for the other characters is the way to go. Obviously, they can't kill, even if he gets a single target, he's not going to be able to kill Escanor. The AoE there didn't kill completely. So, I mean, we have a decent chance. I guess it just depends on, like, card RNG and stuff like that, but let's hop back in. Alrighty, we have another one. He actually has Lost Vein on the team instead of Purgatory Melee, which does concern me a little bit. I got an extra single target here. Honestly, with 188, I'm very skeptical on whether or not this is going to be evasion. Okay, surprisingly no. I don't know if it's just, I can't tell if just nobody's playing right now or like what the deal is. It's obviously pretty dead this week. Obviously, we should be getting some much more interesting stuff on JP this week, which will in turn make, it'll come out next week on Global. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the new Ragnarok Festival. If you guys haven't seen it, I have already done a breakdown. It came out yesterday on the channel. Ooh, okay, that was a real player. I'm really surprised no evasion food on that one. I'm actually really surprised by that. But yeah. Either way, yeah, if you haven't seen the Hell breakdown that we did, Hella or Hell, I'm not exactly sure what she's going to be called on Global just yet. I think Hella sounds better, but Hell sounds kind of weird because you could be referring to different stuff. So, I don't know, it's just kind of odd, but either way, we did the breakdown for her and her live stream and everything. It should be out today on JP, so I'm sure you guys are probably going to be more interested in watching that kind of content. Really unfortunate we got the same guy here. But anyways, yeah, it's I'm actually really looking forward to the character. I think that she should be a lot of fun. Ragnarok team might end up making a big comeback in the meta right now, and could be very, very interesting. Obviously, I think, like I said, people are probably going to be a little bit more prone to watch, Hella stuff over like something like this, because obviously Elaine is not super interesting to a lot of people. I get it; she's a pretty easy skip when it comes to, most accounts, I would say, especially free-to-plays and stuff. Like, this was not a great character to summon for at this moment. And plus, like, if the new festival would have been a fairy, it would have been fantastic, and you actually might have been tempted to summon, but it wasn't, so it kind of just makes it null and void. Like, I do still think that this character is pretty good, but without, like, proper fairy support, she just falls a little bit flat. And it just, I don't know, it, like, I think there's decent potential for, like, a future fairy to do really well in the meta with this new Elaine, but at the end of the day, fairies and giants both are pretty few and far between, so, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it, so it's not really worth going for, of course, but maybe in the future. So either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the tiny little Escanor showcase here. Obviously nothing too crazy. Definitely looking forward to the new festival. I'll probably make like a little prep guide or something like that for it as well, because she is like a new dark unit and everything, and the banner is pretty interesting. I'm not a huge fan, but I don't know, you may want to start investing in your Ragnaroks or unknown characters now before she comes out if you're planning on summoning. But either way, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.